Today, we're going to do a little mic test. Alright you guys, this is a field test for the Rode VideoMicro. This has been my staple vlogging microphone for a while, and just so you get an idea of the surroundings, I got some city stuff going on next to me, some dude racking his pipes over there, I have the river on my right, and just some general city ambiance. But this is a audio test for the Rode VideoMicro, so let me tell you about how I got here. I drove my Ford F-150, I parked it in the parking lot, I got out my one wheel, I cruised it along Centennial Trail, I picked out a spot along the Spokane River, and here I am getting an audio test for all of you. There's just a light wind. This is where I'm at. Again, this is the Rode VideoMicro, and now I'm going to swap it over to the Rode VideoMic Go II. You guys can see that little cable management in there. Don't know if I like this better or not yet. This is potentially my new vlogging microphone. You're hearing it before I'm hearing it, so let me know what you think. This is an audio test for the Rode VideoMic Go II. I got here, I drove my F-150, I parked it in the parking lot, I got out my one wheel, and I cruised my one wheel down Centennial Trail. I picked out a spot along the Spokane River, set up my camera, and came to do this audio test for all of you. So let me know what you think. This one you're hearing is the Rode VideoMic Go II. Well, I'm recording this so you can see, but my mouth is about a foot and a half away from the microphone, which was consistent to how I tested the Rode VideoMicro. This is a field test. We're just out here along the river. I wanted you to hear the city stuff going on. I wanted to compare it to a traditional vlogging situation. This is a field test. I've got another test coming up right now for you. That was the Rode VideoMic Go II for a quick sound effects test. I'm going to flip it back over and get on the Rode VideoMicro so you can compare the sound effects. This is the final studio test. This is in my little studio here, and it's not treated for audio. I typically use other audio solutions. I don't use a shotgun mic, but I have these two microphones side by side. I wanted you to hear what they sounded like. I have the Rode VideoMic Go II on my right and the Rode VideoMicro on my left. Both of these microphones are side by side, so you should be hearing them simultaneously. They're both directed at my mouth. My mouth is probably a foot away from them. This is the final studio test. Let me know what you guys think of the audio. This room isn't treated for audio. That's why I typically don't use a shotgun mic in here, but I wanted you to hear exactly what it sounded like. All right, what do you guys think? That was the Rode VideoMic Go II versus the Rode VideoMicro. I thought that was the most applicable comparison because they're in a similar price point and they're both on that smaller size spectrum. Got that smaller form factor for those of you that care about the size of your microphone, or you're using a small camera, Sony ZV-1, iPhone, something small to vlog with. How big do you want your microphone to be? As it sits today, the Rode VideoMic Go II is priced at $99. The Rode VideoMicro is $55. Now the Rode VideoMic Go II is coming without the dead cat or the windscreen at $99, and it looks like it's going to be $30 to get that. I think the Rode VideoMic Go II sounded richer in the low end and the middle, but it failed in the wind test when I was cruising on my one wheel. Alright guys, so here is an audio test cruising on my one wheel with the Rode VideoMicro. It's always surprised me that I could actually get decent audio cruising on a one wheel. I'm probably doing 10 miles an hour. I'm definitely not at top speed, but this is what it sounds like cruising on my one wheel with the Rode VideoMicro. Alright guys, so this is the final test with the Rode VideoMic Go II. I'm cruising on my one wheel, vlogging, and it's always surprised me that I could actually get decent audio cruising on a one wheel. Cruising with just a little bit of wind on the one wheel on a pretty smooth path. Now the explanation for that could be that, one, this doesn't have a windscreen on it yet. Windscreen versus no windscreen. To get an honest wind comparison, I would have to have the windscreen to compare them apples to apples. Now the windscreen is going to be coming out any day, so I'm not sure I would really hold up on that. if you like the sound quality. It's going to help you out some for sure. It's just how much is it going to help you? We don't really know until we actually test it side by side. But I did like the sound of the Rode VideoMic Go II. I thought it was an improvement over the Rode VideoMicro. Anyway, I'm curious what you thought side by side. Definitely put your headphones on if you have them. You can hear a difference. And I wanted to include that sound effects test because sound effects are really a big deal to me. Recording sound effects is almost as important as recording A-roll to me. So I wanted to include that as part of the test. Let me know what you thought if you want to see that in future tests and how you thought it performed in the sound effects test. Now, a reason for the price jump and going for the Rode VideoMic Go II is Rode's really branding this as an all-in-one solution for using it through your computer or using it through your smartphone. Basically being able to connect it any way through USB-C or through the standard 3.5 microphone jack. They also have the Rode Central software you can install on your computer and get a little more direct control over your microphone through that software with some extra features, so that's pretty cool. The main selling feature for me for this is the use as a vlogging microphone. It would be mainly in the field vlogging for me, on top of like my Sony a7C. And when I'm deciding on size, like that's the size we're looking at of the total picture. And I like that. It's not oversized, it's not bulky, it's not sticking out in front of the microphone. If I was using something smaller, say for example an iPhone or a GoPro, I might consider the Rode VideoMicro just because of the smaller size form factor. But that's kind of up to you, and you got to make that decision as to what you want to use. I do think, particularly after testing the two side by side and listening to them time after time through my headphones, I really wanted to get a good beat on how they sounded so I could give you an informed decision. I do think this sounded richer, particularly in like the low and the mid end, but I'm curious what it sounds like to you, what you're hearing on your end, and what you like the sound of. Is this something you're going to consider using for vlogging, or are you going to use it as a microphone input for your computer, or use it vlogging with an iPhone, or maybe with a GoPro? It does cost more money, but you're getting more features with it. I think comparatively, going from $55 to $95, the next step up is typically in the $200 to $300 range. It does fill in that mid-range price gap. I'm going to use it more. I really want to get a solid wind test. Anyway, I wanted to get this video made as soon as I can and up to the internet. It's a brand new product, so I wanted you to hear what it sounded like before you bought it. If you're buying one or you're thinking about buying one, let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see as a follow-up video. We can totally make more stuff with this. I still have more testing to do, and I guess I'll come back to that as far as any kind of formal recommendation goes. But I think it's got potential. I think it's got a lot of upside. We can totally make more videos with it, depending on what you want to see, want to hear. Let me know down in the comments below. The more videos I've made, the more I've really dug into audio and become an audio person. I appreciate you hanging out for this little test of the Rode VideoMic Go II. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Leave the video a thumbs up. That really does help. I'll catch you back here for the next one.